Margrethe II was Queen of Denmark from the 14th of January 1972 until her abdication on the 14th of January 2024. She was the second longest reigning Danish monarch. Margrethe was born on the 16th of April 1940 at Frederick VIII's palace. She was the eldest daughter of Frederick, Crown Prince of Denmark, later Frederick IX of Denmark, and Princess Ingrid of Sweden. From birth, she was a princess of Denmark, and until 1944, she was a princess of Iceland. Her birth took place just 1 week after the Nazi invasion of Denmark. Her parents named her after her grandmother, Margrethe, Crown Princess of Sweden. To family and friends, she is known as Daisy. Her two sisters, Benedicte and Anne-Marie, were born in 1944 and 1946 respectively. The family lived at Frederick VIII's Palace and Fredensborg Palace. They spent their summers at Graston Palace. On the 20th of April 1947, her grandfather, Christian X, passed away, and Margrethe's father ascended the throne as Frederick IX. At the time, women were barred from the line of succession. Having just 3 daughters and unlikely to have any more children, Frederick's heir presumptive was his younger brother, Prince Knud. Margrethe's father started to work towards changing the succession laws in Denmark, and in 1953 a new Act of Succession was passed, changing to male preference primogeniture. Margrethe then became heiress presumptive. Princess Margrethe began her education at Salskoll in 1946. She spent a year at North Foreland Lodge in England, and in 1959 she graduated from secondary school. Following on from this, she studied philosophy at the University of Copenhagen and received her degree in prehistoric archaeology from Girton College of the University of Cambridge in 1961. She continued her studies at Aarhus University from 1961 to 1962, the Sorbonne in 1963, and the London School of Economics in 1965. While studying in London, Princess Margrethe met the French diplomat Henri de Laborde de Montpezat. The two dated before becoming engaged on the 5th of October 1966. They married on the 10th of June 1967. Henri received the style and title of His Royal Highness Prince Henrik of Denmark because of his new position as the spouse of the heir presumptive to the Danish throne. Their first son, Frederick, was born on the 26th of May, 1968. By tradition, Danish kings are alternately named either Frederick or Christian. Margrethe chose Frederick, assuming the position of Christian for herself. Their second son, Joachim, was born on the 7th of June, 1969. On the 14th of January, 1972, King Frederick died after a brief illness. Margrethe ascended the throne as Queen Margrethe II. The following day, Margrethe was proclaimed Queen at Christiansborg Palace by the Prime Minister. She did not have a coronation, as is tradition in Denmark. She gave a brief speech expressing the nation's grief at the loss of their king. After being joined by her husband, the couple travelled to Amalienborg Palace, where they appeared on the balcony, accompanied by their young sons. As queen, Margrethe was non-political, taking no part in politics nor expressing any political opinions. She held meetings with the Prime Minister and the Foreign Affairs Minister every week. If after an election the incumbent Prime Minister didn't have a majority behind him or her, the Queen held a Queen's meeting in which she met the chairman of each of the Danish political parties. She also represented Denmark abroad. Margrethe has always found time to express her passions for the arts. She is an avid painter and designer. She has also published translations of several foreign works. In 1994, Margrethe was treated for cervical cancer, of which she made a full recovery, and over the years Margrethe has suffered from back issues requiring surgery, the latest of which was in February 2023. She has in the past been a chain smoker, but has not smoked since her spinal surgery in 2023. Prince Henrik and Queen Margrethe had their ups and downs as a couple. Henrik was the first male royal consort in Danish history. There was no defined role for him. He felt frustrated by the lack of recognition and title, stating there was no way to differentiate between himself and his sons and grandsons. In 2002, Henrik left Denmark to stay in France. His departure was caused by his humiliation at not being asked to be the host of the New Year's Day reception in the absence of his wife. His son Frederick had been asked to be host instead of the Queen. Henrik and Margrethe eventually made up. In September 2017, it was announced that Prince Henrik was suffering from dementia, and on the 13th of February 2018, he passed away peacefully in his sleep. He was not buried at Roskilde Cathedral, the traditional burial place of the Danish royal family, as was his wish. His remains were cremated, with half of his ashes scattered across Danish seas and half placed in the private part of the gardens at Fredensborg Palace. Margrethe became a grandmother for the first time in 1999 with the birth of her eldest grandchild, Nikolai. She has 7 other grandchildren: Felix, Christian, Isabella, Henrik, Vincent, Josephine and Athena. In 2009, the law of succession was changed to absolute primogeniture. In 2022, Queen Margrethe decided to strip the children of her son Joachim of their princely status, which shocked and confused them. She made the decision to limit who could receive the title of prince or princess to modernise the royal family. On the 14th of January 2022, Queen Margrethe marked 50 years on the Danish throne. On the 31st of December 2023, Queen Margrethe II announced she would step down as Queen of Denmark on the 52nd anniversary of her ascension. Her son became King Frederick X with his wife Mary as the Queen consort.